6:30.
It's the weekend.
All right, we good? All right. So what we're really gonna focus on right now is handling the initial conversations that we would have prior to going to the monitor and or when we have a high school game and we need to get together, make a decision as a crew, and then deliver the messages to the coaches appropriately. Make sense? So that's what we're gonna try and do today. So, I have a foul on the floor and I give you the universal signal that something is not normal. And this is the signal. Joy, I have a problem. I need your help. And I walk around like this for like, it feels like eternity. Because I watch myself on video and Paul laughs at me and then I put my hand. Right? So, atypical plays. Always remember on an atypical play, we have a ruling on the floor. But something in our gut tells us it's not just a common foul. So how do we get from, I have this feeling, to I have a ruling to potentially upgrade the play? I need to have conversations. So calling official has the play. I'm gonna go to, if I'm smart enough, I'm gonna go to somebody and say, I wanna talk about this. Or somebody's gonna look at the fear in my face or whatever I have going on and come and ask me if I need help. All right, so Doug has a play, a hard play. He's not sure what to do with it. If we go have an initial conversation, it's probably gonna be 2 in, 1 out. So somebody should always be watching the players. If I'm a good partner, I'm gonna go to Doug and I'm gonna ask him, I feel like this is the best question to get to the truth. What did you see? Notice I didn't ask him, what do you have? Because clearly we know he has a foul. I need to know what he saw. Okay? So you're gonna tell me, so he's gonna tell me what he saw. I'm gonna hopefully help him determine whether we wanna upgrade or not. But what I'm gonna do next is tell my third, or I'm gonna send him to the benches. All right, we got something we need to talk about. To your benches. Players, to your benches. Secure the floor. Right, I'm gonna come in, have that dialogue. What did you see? He's gonna tell me I have a wind-up hit to the head. I might have an opinion in the play, I might not. I always want to involve the other person. And if the other official feels like they are not getting involved, make yourself part of the conversation. So that means if you see us having too much of a conversation, be like, yo, y'all go to your benches. Hey, Doug, Sean, what are y'all talking about? I want Nia to come to me. I don't care, whatever you think, I don't care if it's a veteran official, I don't care if it's Paul working the game, I don't care. If you want, you need to be part of this conversation. So send them to the benches and come over and be like, what's going on? All right, so we're gonna have a discussion. So this is what.
You're saying you wouldn't have sent the players before you talked to him?
I just wanna see. I'm gonna come in and ask him, what did he see? Once I determine, based on what he told me, this might be something a little bit more, I'm gonna be like, we need to have a real conversation, because we're about to do something that's atypical.
Because at that point, it's still a common foul.
Potentially.
That's
He
the
might
call-
say
that's
he
the
has
call
an
on the floor.
intentional foul.
But that's the call on the floor is a common foul.
No.
Well, you haven't
It
reported
could
it.
We haven't, he gave me the universal signal.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, let's talk about, he might tell me I have an intentional foul. I might be like, whoa, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Go to your benches, hey, Joy, come over here, let's have this conversation, we're gonna talk about it. Joy I want Joy's input, right? I wanna see what Joy saw. And if I'm the crew chief, I'm not influencing anybody on anything. I wanna hear what everybody's gonna tell me.
But you're saying in college, as long as the kids are to the benches, the third one can come over?
Yes, we've secured the floor,
It's in high school too.
right? That's what you want them to do, right? Okay, so secure the floor. The third one can send them to the benches and make yourself part of this conversation, especially if it seems like we're having a long conversation. Okay, so I'm going to hear, crew chief should take any information, because I may already have an opinion, I may 1000% agree with him. But I want to make sure we're all aware of what we're about to do. Because if Paul wants to start having conversations with us, he's going to ask all of us. And if you don't make yourself part of the conversation, he's not gonna accept you don't know, you just let us do whatever we want. He's not gonna accept that from us or the third. Okay, so have a ruling on the floor, secure the floor before you have any conversations that include all three officials. Crystal clear on that?
Yep.
All right, now this is where it's a little bit different for college officials. If you have hold question for a second. If we have a monitor, we're gonna probably dictate who goes tells what. All I want you to say is, if I send Joy to go tell a TV talent, all she's gonna say is, ruling on the floor is white 15 foul, plays under review. We don't need to tell them what kind of play, we don't tell them we trying to upgrade. Don't give them more information so they can run off and have some wild little conversation while we're over there reviewing. Tell the coaches also, because they're gonna be the defenders. Hey coaches, we're gonna go take a look at this play. Plays under review. Let them get their free timeout. Things of that nature, right? Get it together. Now, in high school, you're probably gonna have the conversation and we all should have an opinion, and whatever we come out with, it should be as a crew. That does not mean somebody doesn't agree with the play. Ultimately, the crew chief is always responsible for the game, and they're the tiebreaker. All right, so if Doug and Joy say, comment, I said, you know, based on the discussion we just had, you said wind up impact, follow through, hit to the head. I'm gonna look at players injured. I'm gonna say, hey, I'm going intentional foul. It's all me. Your opinions are duly noted, and I will let our boss know. Right? I'm gonna do the same thing if I had Paul. We're gonna have that phone call with Paul. I'm gonna be like, Paul, we had an intentional foul. It was they both said comment. I went based on my experience. I'm going intentional foul. I'll send you play. And we're like, okay. And then he might go, they were right, you were wrong. And we move on. Right? But at least he knows. Now he's looking at them and like, oh, okay. Sean didn't throw one in the bus. He didn't say we all agreed. He said he did it and they did it. Moving on, right? When you come up with your decision in high school, I encourage you to bring the coaches together if you can. I don't know how hostile they will be towards each other, but most times on like the upgrade, bring both the coaches together, and it should be more of a one-way conversation than a dialogue exchange. Stick to the rule book in this scenario. Based on the wind-up impact follow-through in the contact of the head, we deemed it unnecessary and or excessive. You're also gonna tell them who shoots, resumption of play, so everybody knows. The coach that's getting rewarded is gonna be like, cool. The other coach is not gonna be that happy. And then sometimes you can massage it if you want, but I say stick to the script and be like, coach, this is not up for discussion. This is what we decided as a group. Everybody clear on that?
Yep.
Okay. Once I've established what we're looking at going to the monitor in college, the rest of it is basically going through the motions. You go to the screen, it should be the crew chief and the calling official first, look at the play. As the crew chief, find the best angle. Once you find the best angle, second person, make sure the person that's with you has all the information they need. We don't want to keep going back and forth. We want to be as efficient as possible, right? So make sure you're looking for time, score, who's the fouler, who's the shooter, boom, switch. Have the best angle for the second person, so that should be even faster. We know exactly what we're looking for, right? Same thing, come back out, give opinions. Then we're gonna notify the scorebook, TV talent, coaches. Same thing, bring them together. By that time, the third person should have the person lined up for shooting the free throws, and we take the ball out opposite table and move on. All right? Any questions with any of that so far? Great, because y'all get to put this to the test real quick. A couple of examples. So, Trevor, Abby, Ben. And I want you to conduct this as it is a high school game. Okay, Trevor? You will be the crew chief. All right, so let's see which play we like.
Who's in what?
Yeah, who's calling?
I'll let y'all know in a second. Stand by. All right, Trevor, you're the center.
Right here.
Abby, you're the lead. And of course, Ben, you're the trail. All right? I'll let y'all watch this a couple of times since you're gonna have to do this without a monitor, okay? Go ahead and run it through. Action's gonna happen on the load block on the side.
Underneath, open cut and whacked hard from behind. It was awesome.
See, universal signal. That doesn't feel normal to me. Yeah, let me see it again.
Underneath, open cut and whacked hard from behind. It was awesome. That timing.
All right. What you got, Abby? You're the lead.
So I go here, then I go, me and my partners come together, I'm thinking about upgrading this, the defender basically flew from the other block, to excessively foul the other player to take away their advantage of making a basket.
Okay. So Trevor, how are you gonna make sure we do this properly?
Okay. First thing you gotta do is send to the benches. We've got some panic in some faces. So, do your benches. Abby, what did you see?
So I saw the defender come from, the other block practically, jump up in the air, try to excessively foul the offensive player when she had a clear advantage and was clearly had an open look at the shot. I felt it was excessive contact. Yeah.
What'd you see, Ben?
I just saw a regular common foul. I don't think it was really aggressive at all.
Okay.
You know, as a crew, we're gonna communicate pretty well. If she wants to upgrade it, we'll upgrade it.
Perfect, thanks, man, appreciate it. What was the outcome? Was there any outcome? Do you have any bodies on the ground?
Yes, the
Okay.
offensive player was clearly on the ground, hit hard.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Okay. All right, we don't have a monitor, okay?
No monitor.
I know, so.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you said on the monitor.
I also believe it was excessive and unnecessary. We're gonna go and upgrade this to an intentional foul. Okay, I'm gonna go talk to the coaches together. Want you guys to take care of the resumption of play. Okay, so we've got an excessive or an intentional foul on blue. And we're gonna give the ball to white after free throws. I want you to adjudicate the free throws. We're gonna put the ball in the midline. We'll go from there.
Is that for high school?
Yeah.
Or intentional foul? Okay, I'm just making sure. Cause I heard something different earlier.
Great.
All right. Grade for this crew. What's something they could do differently? Jacob?
2 people talking to coaches.
Two people talking or? taking
One person
witness?
talking, one person bearing witness.
Very good. Yes, never go talk to coaches by yourself. Take probably the calling official with you and make sure there's somebody to hear what you say to the coaches, so the coaches don't come back and say, he never told me that.
But there should also be one person on the court
Yeah.
watching the players,
Yes.
make sure nothing bad.
Well, if we send them to the benches, they shouldn't be out there yet. But
Yeah,
you can't
but
start.
the players they're not gonna actually go to the bench, they're gonna stay on the court, correct?
No, I send them to the
Oh,
sidelines.
you
so
do.
they're- Yep.
Question,
Yes,
so we inform the coaches, then does the calling official let the book know?
we should let them know, yeah,
Prior?
we should let them know probably prior to informing the coaches.
Okay,
That's what I typically do.
okay, so you would say we have an intentional foul
Mhm.
on blue?
Whoever.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, and then coaches, okay,
Yeah. Any other questions?
and then in college, anybody can shoot that?
Is it the crew chief talking to the coaches?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Very well done. Thank you. All right, give me James. Give me Jacob. Give me Michael Hansen. We are gonna do this based on college.
When you're done with this play, then it's a 10-minute break and then back in here.
Okay, gotcha. Alright, so let's go. All Alright, same player. Alright, so Jacob, you'll be the lead. James, you will be the center. Michael, you will be the trail. And Michael, you are the crew chief. Want to see it again?
Is that our only angle?
Hold on. We're not that part of this. Would you like to see it again?
Fancy pants, get out of here.
You're good? You want to see it again?
I didn't think we were gonna just watch the replay, I was waiting for like that live play. so-
Okay, no, we're gonna see it just like this. Go ahead. Because this is what they start showing after you have a whistle, right? Okay, what's your ruling on the floor, Jacob?
Yeah. Common foul.
Common foul.
Ruling on the floor is a common foul.
Okay.
So I'm walking like this.
All right, so crew chief,
Well, we did see.
you're well, they're on the same side as the league. This will be a good mark because we have great position here at the college level.
Okay, well, I'll assume I'm on the same side,
So you see him giving you the universal signal and you're the crew chief. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do next?
I'm coming in and I'm saying, I'm thinking about upgrade.
Oh, whoa. Let's slow it up. What's the best question we can ask our partner with deer in the head?
What did you see?
What did you see?
Okay. So secure the floor.
What did you see? Let him tell you.
What did you see?
I saw them fighting for a rebound, I assume it's a rebound, fighting for a rebound and girl grab, partially the ball, fall off the ball, grab the leg, wind up the ball, throw all the way to the floor, and I'm looking for an upgrade. At least a review, because we have none.
What's the next thing you should do?
Ask James what.
Is James in the conversation yet?
Well, we
Is-
secured the floor.
Have we secured the floor yet?
No. Well, I said secure the floor.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Place the benches.
I'm just asking. I want to make sure we're all on the same page. So he said, because he said he wasn't there yet. That's why I asked.
So then I'm gonna ask James, what did you see?
I saw a player throwing the player to the ground, and the player went to the floor, hurt, holding their head.
I agree, excessive and unnecessary contact, we're gonna go.
Sorry, Michael, can you speak up? I just can't get, yeah.
Sure.
Thanks.
I agree, it was excessive and unnecessary contact. We're gonna go on intentional foul on this. We do have a monitor?
Oh. So your ruling on the floor is intentional foul?
Our ruling on the floor is common foul.
Well, I mean, I'm hearing a different conversation from your crew chief.
I think we should have our ruling on the floor be a common foul, and we should go review for an upgrade, because we have none there.
Okay, yeah,
That would be my opinion.
I agree. Common foul on the floor, then we go to monitor, once we come out of monitor, we go on intentional foul.
Maybe, maybe not.
Do we have another?
Oh, we haven't got, I need y'all to figure this part out first. We don't seem to be on the same page yet, is why I'm saying. Clearly, no, they don't get to watch anymore until they go to the monitor.
Yeah, that's fine.
Common foul on the floor.
Okay, common foul on the floor, we'll go into monitor.
Now,
The
you can
play
have
is
your
under review.
opinions already based on what you saw, but the ruling on the floor is common foul. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
That's totally fine.
Yep.
We don't need to get into war about what it is.
You want me to go first? Calling official. You.
Calling official, so we'll go to the coaches, we'll explain, and
We haven't decided what we're doing yet.
You
Yes.
don't monitor yet.
Common foul.
common foul on the floor.
Now
we reviewed it, and then.
We
haven't reviewed it.
We haven't reviewed it, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so can we review it then?
Well, what is James gonna do? What should James be doing before you go review?
He's watching the players.
So before he does that, what did we say we do with the TV talent?
We're telling them,
I would tell you to direct your third that's not gonna be part of the first review to go let the TV
James,
talent.
go tell the TV talent, the play is under review.
Perfect, he did that. and we let the coaches know,
As we
correct?
walk by, we're like, coaches, plays under review.
Perfect, I'm good with that. All right, now we're
Push
pushing
it
to the monitor.
Plays under review.
Over there.
No, I'm going over there.
I like it.
Is this the second?
Okay,
No,
oh,
no,
get more.
here's-
Yes.
This is what you first get because they haven't talked to the TV truck yet. So go ahead and play it. Okay. So now, if this angle isn't giving you everything you want, Michael, what would be something you would say to your replay tech?
If this gives us.
If it doesn't give you all the information
If
you
it
want?
doesn't,
If it does
then I'm
not?
gonna ask for another angle.
And since you have a rock star for replay tech,
Nice.
they're gonna tell you, they tell you what? What are you gonna tell them?
Thank you for asking.
Listo?
Sí, señor.
She has one hand on the left.
Do we have it at full speed?
It looks like.
No. This is what you got.
This one looks like all.
But you know what? I like that.
Is there more angle?
No, that's it.
Every direction.
We only got two
Jacob
angles.
are looking at it, I say, do you have what you need?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and then switch out.
So real quick, Jacob, what would you need on this play before you leave the monitor? What are you looking for?
I am looking for the requirements of an upgrade, so we're looking for wind-up follow through, looking for severity of injury, looking if it was legitimate basketball play.
Okay, we got all, you got the
All those
decision.
pieces.
But what are the other pieces we need to know?
Number,
Okay,
which looks like 20 something.
does the person that gets fouled have to shoot?
No.
Okay.
College.
Any member of team like.
What else would we wanna know?
Sorry, what? What?
Who said it?
Reese.
Time.
Time on the clock.
Yeah. And we know the clock's gonna reset to 30, right? Yeah. Okay, so we wanna know person who fouled, right? Anybody can shoot, what I'm gonna do with the play when I'm asked, and then time and stuff like that. We wanna make sure we have all that, because we don't wanna go and wait,
And then
move
go
the
back.
time and then go back.
Okay.
James is gonna be your YouTube, so go ahead and swap out. So, in this scenario, we found the best angle, right? I don't go back through all the other angles.
Yes.
Typically, we won't go through all the other angles. I'm gonna show this to my second person. They're gonna see it. If they ask for something because they wanna collect information, we'll provide it. But if they don't and they say they're good, we go. Alright, so say everybody saw it, they're good. Now, what's the next? Give me the next piece.
All right, well, we come back out and I ask. Jacob, what did you see?
Do you want maybe ask you?
What do you have?
Do you want to ask you two first?
James, what do you have?
I've got extreme, non-basketball play that, possibly injures players, or severity of injury, possible concussion. I got DQ.
Okay. What do you have, Jacob?
I agree. I have extreme contact with wind-up follow through that is not a legitimate basketball play with big risk of injury. I also have
Okay.
Alright, crew chief, what do you got?
I was going intentional, but with these guys going DQ, I think I'm going DQ.
No, don't be so quick.
You don't want to lose.
Okay.
How about ask them, what did they
Okay,
see?
what, yeah. Maybe I'll ask, what about it was extreme versus excessive or unnecessary?
So she clearly, because I'm going to hold her, slam her to the floor, and then her head snaps.
So we got a higher possibility for injury.
She was on the ground.
Yeah,
holding her
I
hand.
suppose we could have extra context if she's like laying on the ground for 5 minutes.
So now we gotta make a decision.
I would say, if we could have seen it at full speed, we would have known more if that was her falling and holding on, or if that was her winding up.
Let's assume that's what happened.
But the
Because
slow,
she fell.
That she fell, she was falling.
and holding on to her.
Yeah, let's assume that.
Okay, if she was falling and just holding on to her, if you saw that at full speed very clearly, I would probably change her into intentional.
Okay.
But if we have wind up, follow through, she's grabbing on and slamming her into the floor.
Okay.
That's my.
What do you want to do?
We're gonna go DQ here. Extreme and severe. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get the coaches together. I'm gonna explain it with Jacob. James will go tell the TV talent. So the resumption of play, we're gonna have 2 shots by any member of Team Who's Black, right?
White team. Right.
Team White. And we're gonna resume play opposite table. And the DQ player has to leave the bench. So then we have the coach together, all coaches.
Do you want to get close together, or do you want to talk to individually?
We'll get them both together, and say, coaches, the play on, the call on the floor was a common foul. After review, we are agreeing to a disqualifying foul. Coach, Team White, you're gonna have 2 shots. Any member of your team shoots 2, and we're gonna resume play opposite division line, and the DQ player must leave the bench area. So I don't know if I should say go to the locker room or just say leave bench area.
They need to leave the floor.
They need to leave.
They need to leave the floor before you do anything.
Exciting section.
So leave floor before we resume play.
Yeah. Not while they're shooting free throws. And you have the third go, oh, wait a minute, as the girl releases it and the ball goes in. It's happened to me.
That sounds like, yeah, that sounds like personal experience. All right, feedback? Anybody?
If nobody else wants to, I'd love to.
Paul.
Number 1, when you're asking for what they want, what decision they have, you only want to respond with what your decision is and not why. James, what do you have?
I have a DQ.
Okay. Jacob, what do you have?
DQ.
Okay, I have an intentional, so now we need to talk about it.
Yes.
Because if all 3 of us have the same thing, there's no need to talk about it.
Yep.
Okay? Because recognize that when you're in doing this, 2 minutes seems like 60. So when 2 becomes 4, you now think you've been out there for an hour and a half, and everybody's getting impatient with you. So think about ways that you can eliminate certain things if all 3 of you are on the same page. Okay. This is not easy, by the way.
No.
And you have to do it in real time at least a dozen times as a crew chief before you go, let's see, the first time I missed this, the second time I missed this, the third time I made this list of the 5 things I'm supposed to do and only did 4 of them. The 4th time I did it, I did 7 things. Seriously, that's what happens.
I didn't take the onus of the game. I didn't call my assigner, so now they're calling me, asking me what the hell just happened.
Yeah.
It's all of that. All of that. One day your U2 might be the most veteran person and you have this play and they're gonna let you sink on your own. So they're gonna see if you can figure it out. All of that happens. Anybody else?
If he disagrees and stays intentional, what's his conversation real quick to his crew?
Well, I'm sorry.
No.
I know what I would say, but I don't.
Well, what would you say, Justin?
I would say, okay, respect your opinions, guys, as a crew chief, I'm gonna take this one, I feel like the game needs an intentional foul. We can talk about more post-game.
I like it.
That's fair.
That's it.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's it. Cool. Give it up. Thank you.
It's like 5 after, and we want to try to be done by 7. One option is for you to take a chair, go to that room over there, because it's cooler over there. Fernando, can you set up my computer so
Yes.
we can do that? And then when we're done, you gotta bring your chairs back here. Cool.
Thank you, everybody, for your attention.
Thank you, Sean. 7 minutes.